Find the vertex of a parabola. In this example, we'll find the vertex of the function y is equal to x squared minus 6x minus 3. Here's the analytic solution. The parabola's vertex has the following formula. For the x-coordinate, negative b over 2a, and for the y-coordinate, f of negative b over 2a. In our equation, a, which is the coefficient or the number part of the squared term, is 1. B, which is the coefficient or the number part of the first degree term, is negative 6. And C, which is our constant, is negative 3. And the solution continued. If we substitute the numbers into our formula, we see that the vertex simplifies down to 3 for the x-coordinate and f of 3 for the y-coordinate. In order to find the y-coordinate f of 3, notice we're given the function f of x, and in order to find f of 3, we would simply replace x with 3. So f of 3 is equal to negative 12. Therefore, our vertex is 3, negative 12. Next, we will discuss maximum and minimum. If the graph contains a valley or a U-shaped graph, then we have a minimum value. Or if the coefficient or the number part of the squared term is positive, we also have a minimum value. If the graph contains a hill or an upside down U shape, then we have a maximum value. Or if the coefficient of the squared term is negative, we also have a maximum value. Here's the calculator solution. First, we must make sure we're in the right mode settings to deal with vertices, so we will enter the mode and we will change our float to 0. Here are the calculator steps to do that. So we would enter our mode. We want to enter the float, so we will simply scroll down. We change our float to 0 and we lock it in with enter. We then enter the equation into our y equals. So we would enter y equals. Here we will enter our equation, x squared minus 6x minus 3. Now we're going to graph. Based on the shape, does this graph have a maximum or a minimum value? Since this particular graph takes on a U shape, it's going to have a minimum. To calculate the vertex, we enter the calculate. We see that calculate is a second function. It's yellow. So we hit second and trace, which is actually calculate. Based on the graph, we know that it's a minimum. We must now set a left bound, meaning we must scroll anywhere to the left of our vertex and press enter. Once this is done, we should see a sideways triangle appear at the top of our screen and to the left of our vertex. So by default here, our calculator is set to the left of our vertex, so I'm going to lock it in by enter. We must now set a right bound in the same manner, and notice the sideways triangle. So it's asking for a right bound, so we're simply going to scroll to the right. I'm going to hold that down. Your x and y coordinates may not be the same as mine, but that's fine as long as you're to the right of your vertex. And we lock it in with enter. Notice the sideways triangle, and notice that our vertex should be in between the two sideways triangles. When the calculator asks for a guess, we simply hit enter. So notice that the vertex is 3, negative 12. Just a side note, the y value of the vertex is either the maximum or the minimum value. So for this particular graph, we would have a minimum at negative 12.